What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing great. It's 5 something in the morning. It's still dark outside, but I thought I should come out here in my little garage in the fortress and make a quick review of this standard. As you can see, there's grass all over it, stuff from the last lawn. I shoved it in here, Friday night after trying to finish my route. It was rained out last week. It was crazy. But it's early in the morning. I don't even have my shoes on yet. But I thought I get so many questions about this mower that I just figure I should have updated you guys way before now. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll talk about a couple of things. And I'll show you the hours. I'll get a little flashlight so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But let's do a quick review. I won't drag this out. I already am right now. Yeah, this is not prepared. It's not cleaned. Nothing. It's just just doing something. There you can see 619.5. I don't think anybody on YouTube has this many hours on their SURFER Pro 34 or 48. If there is, let me know because that'd be cool. But I don't think there is. There we go. The flashlight you can see. So I want to share a couple of things that you need to look out for with these. I'll have another video coming up. But right now my engine, it's having a little surging problem. I keep the air cleaner clean, all that. It actually has a new air cleaner in it, but it's doing it like on idle. It's going broom, 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 and then when the blades are on, it's smooth. But I got to figure that out. But 615 hours, it's still original, still original fuel filter, original spark plug, stuff like that. So I got some of those on order. I'll do another video trying to figure this out. But anyway, right now back to the review, just the overall review of this. 615 hours. I love it. I think it's totally worth it. It is a lot of money for what it is at almost $6,000. This is basically like a Hustler Dash. It's basically like a $3,000 mower that is sold for $6,000 because it's in a stand-on configuration. But it is what it is, If you want a home, a residential lightweight stand-on, there's only so many options. And this thing is light. You can pick up the front of this with your hands. I think it's only 400 something, so I think it's even lighter than the little riders. Okay. You can see I got a lot of use on. You can see the wear in here. But just from going up and down. So one time I had one of these bolts back out. There you go. It has like a little washer there. And I had it fall out on a customer's lawn. But the great thing about this is that it's just a regular bolt. I took the one out the other side at the hardware store, got another one just like it, put it back in there, and no problem since. That was a couple hundred hours ago. And I actually found the bolt on the lawn and ended up putting it back in there. It didn't even cost me any money. But that's literally the only thing that holds the wheel on. So that's kind of interesting. And they are a little sloppy, as you can see. It's not tight against the shaft, like this metal part is not 100% tight against it. It's just the design of it. So you'll notice the wheels kind of crunching and stuff as you roll around, but it's been like that for 600 and some hours, and I don't know, I think it seems to be fine, right? I put a rubber pad on here just for my extra comfort, I've done other videos about this, but if you have one of these, move that safety switch all the way forward. It's too sensitive if it's adjusted towards the back. So that's something you need to do. Oh, something else that I would say is annoying is this gas tank. You have to fill this up to the top every day, or within a few lawns, it will run out. It's very small. You know what I'm saying? Look how small. It's probably 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons max. And this mower is very good on gas just because it's light and stuff. But just something to keep in mind. If you buy this, the gas capacity is small. And this has a little rope. This has a little rope on your gas cap. And I actually cut the rope. Show you what I'm talking about. Because it used to hang kind of right here. Or maybe it's up a little higher. And the way the little rope was, see, your visibility of the gas, you can see. I mean, I'm in my shop with the lights on, and you can't see nothing. And so with that rope there, so I ended up cutting the rope and let the little plastic retainer just fall down in there. Yeah, we're full. I must have filled it up. I think I did because I fueled up at the gas station before I came home. But anyway, so the gas tank situation is a little bit of a challenge. It holds barely any gas. So that is one thing. The ground speed is pretty slow. That's another thing that you guys will notice if you buy one. It's very slow, but it works for my high-end lawns where I cannot take a heavy mower. It's still way better. In my opinion, it's still way better than using a walk behind with a sulky. So ground speed a little slow. That's probably one of the biggest drawbacks to it. The gas tank, the ground speed being a little slow is probably the number one thing. But I can deal with that, Just take my time out there, mow at full speed, and try to be efficient. Don't try to start at this end of the lawn and make sure I get everything, and be done over here. Just if you mow efficiently, that helps as well. Original deck belt. It has a couple chunks out of it, so it's on its way out, and I have another one in the truck. But it's the original one, 615 hours. Something else, no problem, I don't think, with anything up front. Like I said, I got to do some tune-up things to it. Now, you can see, right here. You see how over here it has this, right there, it has this clip thing that kind of spins around stuff. Well, this right here, the parking brake, see within the up position, sorry, it's hard to do this with not enough hands, right? So in the up position, you see how there's a bolt in here. Now you can see it. There's a bolt in there. Well, there was just like a pin with that spin around pin thing. Well, as you can see on that safety switch, you see how it has that little ditch? There we go. Right there, you see that? It's kind of damaged this and has tweaked this because that pin, it was hitting this. So I put a nut in there. I think the pin was over on this side. Put a nut in there and just ran a bolt in there. And then straighten this back out, tighten it. And then since I done that, has not been a problem. But that little pin was a problem. And putting a bolt in there has made it has kind of remedied that problem, right? Just a couple little things like that. Also, every now and again, let me see if I can show you. Well, just the bottom part of this PTO switch, the underside, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. The underside, there you go. You see how it's a little crooked right now? And it tries to back out. Well, what it does, the bottom part of this, over time, because it's just straight down on the prongs, and so over time, that plug will try to work its way down. And let me see if you can see my fingers in here. And I can see them when I'm standing here, but yeah, there you go. See my finger down there? You got to push this up and straighten it up and just push the plug back on there. It seems to happen a lot when it was brand new. Now it hardly ever happens, but if I'm mowing along and I hear the blades start to cut out, I'm like, I know what happened. And then I push that little plug, put it back on there, and we're back in business. So that is another, little wacky thing that's happened with it. But other than that, those are like literally the main things. Other than that, I've literally just changed the oil and stuff, oil filter. I keep this cleaned out. I take this cover off, and then what I like to do, because on these homeowner ones, I take this cover off, and then I take my shop vac and vacuum all around the filter, then take the filter out, go outside, whack it out on the trailer, do knockout so the dirt will fall out of the little fins. And then I take my shop vac and vacuum backwards out of the little rubber tube to make sure we get any debris that fell when I'm taking off the air cleaner, and suck that back out. Like I do that with my shop vac, like hold it, to that pipe. My shop vac here, this one's pretty awesome. Anyway. So use that with the shop vac and just try to keep my air cleaner, the whole air cleaner system, as clean as I can. My man Phil mentioned me you could do a Donaldson conversion on this. that probably would be a good idea, and I might do that in the future. Um, but I think this engine has very sufficient power for this, even though it doesn't. I don't know what the horsepower rating is. It's probably only like a 16 or something like that. But this mower is so lightweight and everything like that, it runs it pretty well. I will be honest. And those are the main things, you know. One of the baffles on the mulch kit, I rammed it into a root and I bent one of the baffles on the mulch kit. The mulch kit is very inexpensive. It's only like a $199 or something like that. But I would still say it's worth it. I still have all the rest of the mulch kit on there. I just took off one of the baffles. I believe it was this one. And that was not the mower's fault. That was my fault. But the rest of the mulch kit is still on there and I still run it, you know, everything like that. So those are the main things. I mean, Kawasaki engine's pretty straightforward on, you know, a lot of brands. So the engine, you know, you guys are probably wondering about everything else that's not the engine, you know what I mean? So the engine works fine, works great, runs good, it's semi-quiet. Other than it's slow and the gas problem and a couple of these little wacky things, literally I've just run the thing. And do I think you should buy it? Well, if you definitely want a stander, you know, for light, the reason why I bought it is because I have very high-end lawns, and so you can't take a mower that's heavy. Even this one, and this is like their lowest end, you know, the lightest one that Bobcat makes, is still heavy for a lot of situations. So this is, most of my work is done with this mower right here. So yeah, so you know, maybe consider the Hustler Raptor sit-down mower. If you just need something that's light, I may even buy one in the future because those are like $4,000, and they actually come with a better, like the next step up hydros from this. Like the little Raptor X sit-down mower is going to go faster than this mower will. But I want to try this out. This is even lighter than the sit-down version, and I do like it. I like that, you know, you can stand on it and ride down and get something. You know what I mean? The benefits of stand-on mowers. And, oh, here's the huge benefit. I have a 6.5 foot, 14-foot trailer, and I have a 5.5 foot. Well, on the 6.5 foot open trailer, you can bring this thing up there, and you can shimmy it, and you can turn this sideways on a 6.5 foot trailer. So it's very, very small, this way to this way. You can see even this mower, way longer, you know, way longer like that. I mean, not twice as long, but close. Like this thing is so small. So that is another great benefit. So if you guys are thinking about this mower like for backyards, you want to get the 34 or whatever, it's really good for that, I would say. Yeah. So I think those are my thoughts really about this mower. Promo code Tony, Equip Expo is coming up. I hope to get a podcast with the Hustler Turf and kind of talk about this. That's my plan. They haven't responded to me yet, but I'm going to walk up in the booth and I'll go ask them in person. I'm not scared. So we'll see about that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that helped you out some with this mower. Maybe if you can find one used, some things to look out for. Not a bad machine. I mean, I like it. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think the surging problem is, but I'm about to find out. I'm going to find out, but yeah. Hopefully it's just spark plug or fuel filter or something like that. So anyway, appreciate you guys. See you.